Welcome! This is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord, and my name is Debbie, and I'm working on a folio. This is my Spring Bounty folio. It's a design team project for the Junk Journal Studio. I haven't finished the cover yet, but I've been working on the inside, so there's several parts to this folio already. We have pockets and inserts. I have a sliding booklet here that opens and slides. I have a waterfall that twists. And then last week we made a little insert for one of the pockets at the back here. And it was just another folio with some other little bits and pieces. So there's a flip up here like that, and a flip down like that, and then another flip up this way. So on pockets and different things. So that is in one of the pockets here. So I thought I would make something for the other pocket here. And then I think I'll have one more video after this just to show you how I finish off the cover and the closure, and maybe a little bit more of a flip through, but it's getting to be a long series. I thank you all patiently for hanging in there with me. I know several people are following along, and I'm really encouraged by that. So thank you for following along, and we're close to the end. So thanks for doing that. So I have two more papers here that I printed from the Spring Bounty collection from the Junk Journal Studio. And this one, well, they're both, no, I think this one is in the journal pages and this is in the coordinating kit, if I'm not mistaken. So they're both just printed one-sided. I have them printed out on 32-pound printer paper, so any printer paper would work. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit because my folio itself is 8.5 inches because I used one piece and I don't want it quite that that tall to fit into the pocket. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off the top or the bottom. Let's see what's underneath that. I think I'll just cut 1 inch off of the bottom, or the top rather, of both of them. So that would be 7.5. So I'm just gonna cut them both at once here. Save that for something. And then what I'm going to do, just to add a little bit of interest, is I'm going to glue them back to back like this, but I'm gonna put something in the middle, and I wanted something that's kind of crinkly. So I was thinking about putting this inside. This is just some flower packaging paper, but it might just give it a nice little crinkle in the middle. So I'm just going to open this up and glue this onto one side here. So I'll just kind of speed through this so you don't have to hear quite so much rustling. Okay, so I changed my mind because once it's glued to here, I don't think it's going to crinkle. And I really like this pattern with this paper. My folio is kind of a green, mostly green. There's other colors in it as well, but I thought that might be kind of a nice bit of contrast for here. So I changed my mind. I glued it to this paper, and I'm going to set the other piece of paper aside for now. But what I'm going to do is score this, and I'm going to, so it's 11 inches, so I'm going to score it at 2 inches, and then I'm going to score it at 5.5, and then 9. So 2, 5.5, and 9. And then I'm just going to fold on all of those. I should have really scored it with this side facing down, but I just have glue stick in here, so it's not super firmly adhered everywhere, but that will work. Okay, so then this is going to be my little folder. And let's just make sure that's going to fit in here before we carry on. That will fit in perfectly. So I'm going to sew. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to sew on this side and this side. Then I'm going to fold it up and I'm going to stitch all the way around. And I'll ink it and then I'll be right back. All right, so I sewed here and here and folded it in like I told you, and I turned it over actually, and I sewed around all 4 edges and inked it, and I think that looks really cute. So I'm glad I stopped at that point. I was actually thinking about sewing in just a couple of pages for a signature, which you certainly can do, but I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to leave it as a couple little pockets there. So, but I'm just going to decorate a little bit. There's so many fun bits in this kit to decorate with. So I am going to do a little bit of decorating. So I just picked out a few little pieces here. So I've got a label here from the Pacific Sightseeing Company. So I'm going to glue that one on this side here. This is one of the ones I coffee dyed at one point. So I thought I would just stick that there. And then there's these little blue buttons. There's different colors of buttons, but these ones are blue. So I thought I would just make kind of a little, I don't know if I want to do just sort of a collage sort of thing, or if I want to make them evenly spaced. I think I might just do them evenly spaced. That. This is just such a fun kit with all the ephemera and stuff that comes with it. If you get the whole collection, there's so many papers, so many different bits and pieces, fussy cuts, ephemera, labels, just so many fun elements. So I just picked out a little sprig of blue flowers for that side and a little bit of a ticket here. This is one of the ones I coffee dyed as well. It just says free pass. So I'm just going to stick that on there. Like that. So I think that's good for the inside. So on the cover, I picked out a couple of pieces to make a bit of a collage. So I've got a big green leaf thing, and then I thought I would put this there. It kind of looks like it's sort of one piece there. So I'm going to glue that on. Just like that. And then I've got another one of the coffee dyed little tickets things that I'm going to just... I cut out a whole bunch of, printed and cut out a whole bunch of ephemera at the beginning of this project. So I had a little bucket full of these pieces. I still have quite a few left, but I thought I would use up a few more on this part of the decoration. So let me just do a little bit of a collage like that. So there's the cover and the 2 insides. And then on the back, I'm just gonna, I found this ladybug. I love ladybugs. That was on one of the Fussy Cut, probably one of the Fussy Cut pages in the Spring Bounty collection. So I will be printing out that page a few more times because I love ladybugs. So I'm gonna just use a little strip of tickets there and a little cluster of flowers. And a ladybug. The ladybug's kind of the wrong scale for those flowers, but I think it works. Now, do I want it like that? Do I want it like this? I think I'm just going to do it like this. So there's my back, my front, and inside. And then I just went through the different pieces I still had cut out of ephemera, some of the larger pieces. And I just found a few pieces here. Here's a large stamp with a bird, some tulips. And this is Hoyt's German cologne, so that's a fun little green advertisement. And here's a Ladies Calendar 1888, and that was from Hoyt and Company as well, so those ones kind of are a set. This was one of the coffee dyed pieces. I have an eye chart there and some illustrations of birdhouses. Really, really fun bits of ephemera in this kit. So I'm going to put these pieces into the folder here. You know, you can put whatever you want in here. You can put little lined pieces for some notes or whatever. So that's what I'm going to put in there. And then that lives in here. The front, and then I have this one in the back. So let's see if it still closes. It's a good thing I didn't put any pages in that signature. It fits very beautifully, but it probably wouldn't take much more. So it's a perfect size. It's a little bit bigger than the spine on the side there, but you know, it expands and it fits. So I'm going to just take out a few pieces for the cover, and I think this video is actually going to be short enough with that piece of ephemera that I can finish the whole project today. So I'm going to just grab a few bits and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just kind of finished off little bits and pieces. I'll give you a little flip through here right away. I put 3 different pieces of ribbon down here, some white rickrack, some green and dark and light green ribbon, and a Stampin' Up kind of goldish ribbon at the back. And for my closure, I decided to just do the simple elastic button closure. I like to use this quite often for my simple folios like this. So what you need is just a big button. Doesn't even really have to be big, but big kind of looks good when there's only one of them. And then you just take a piece of elastic. Make sure the elastic can go around your journal twice. So if you double the elastic, and see how that's plenty of room across there. So I take these 2 loose ends, feed them through the buttonholes rather, like that, and then just kind of hang on to that. Wrap this around your journal or your folio, whatever, however you want it to close. And then I just wrap it around my button. So I just put that loop around the button. It's hard to show you what I'm doing when I'm still holding on to everything. But I put this loop around the button and I'm still holding these ends. And I just want it, you know, nice and snug. And then when I have it where I want it, I will just tie a knot on top of the button. So there's 1, 2, just like that. And when you have it, you're sure you have it in the right spot, you can give it a really good tug. And then you can cut the elastic short. You can put a little bit of dotted glue there if you want to give it a little extra measure of security. And there you have just a really nice, easy, simple closure. And then to undo it, you just flip this over the button, take it off. You could even have a little piece, a label or something on the back here. Sometimes I do that. And just glue this elastic there so that you don't lose your elastic, but I'm not going to do that this time. So then to close it, you just put put the elastic, wrap it around the back of the folio, put the button here, wrap that loop around, and there you have a closure. And mine just crossed on the back, but it doesn't have to cross on the back. If you do it like this, then it won't be crossed on the back, but you can cross it on the back or not, doesn't matter. And it just really holds it snug, and it's so easy and really quick to do. So anyway, so there's the closure. I told you about the ribbon there. I was going to put some lace on the spine, but I couldn't find a piece of lace that I liked with this trim already on there, so I'll keep looking. I may end up putting something on the spine here at some later date. I stamped notes there. I have these, they're from Contact USA, I think. I'm not even really sure what they're called, but they have every letter, or you can get different sets. These ones are letters. I have, I have a couple of different sets that I just keep in here. And so I have lowercase and uppercase, and then I have some numbers and symbols and different things. And when they come with the letters, they'll have more than one of some of the common letters. So there'll be, like, there's another S, and the vowels will all be duplicate and stuff, which is really nice when you're spelling out words. So you snap them together, whatever you want, and then you can check and see if that's going to go into your spot. This was just a blank label, just actually on the paper. And then I just stamped notes there. So that was how I did that. I put another little stamp there. So in the first pocket, we have a little booklet that we just made today. So I made that with this one sheet, and I backed it with this paper from a bouquet of roses, or whatever it was from. Actually, this one was from church, from some palm leaves on Palm Sunday just a couple of weeks ago. So thank you, Janice, for that. And then there's a little pocket there, so I just tucked a few little pieces of ephemera. I won't go through that in detail because you just saw me do that. I decorated this and put a little decoration there, and that lives in that pocket there. Then on this side and this side, they were the same, just decorated a little bit differently, but there's a tag here. And all of this is linked in the playlist. I went through everything in detail, so I'm just showing a quick little flip through. So this tag holds this flap closed. Then this flap comes up. This comes out for writing space, front and back. That goes back, and then there's a pocket here. This tag goes into the pocket, and it holds that flap closed. This is exactly the same. It's just different little decoration there, and a couple little tucks there. So that's there. And then on this back pocket, this is a folio we made last time, just closed with some Velcro. And this one, I think I showed this at the very beginning already, so just some little flips and flaps for different journaling space, lots of little tiny pockets and things, just some nice little surprises here and there. I like to have little things that you can explore in a journal. It makes it kind of fun, I think. Okay, and then so that's these two outside pockets, this pocket and tag, and this pocket and tag. And then the inside here, we have 4 pockets, and there's little pieces of ephemera in each one, and they're all a little bit different. Little booklet with some pages and a pocket. This is a little swing tag. Little writing spaces on the back there. Hanging up on something, there we go. And this one was a little flip thing with a pocket there. Such beautiful papers here. This spread in the middle is maybe a little bit busier than I usually do, but I just I loved all the papers together, so I just put them together. This one is a tag. It has a little pocket on the back, a little pocket on the front, and just decorated there. So there's that, and then I put some labels, and pretty much everything on here is from the Spring Bounty collection and the pastel labels from Days Gone By. And then when you open it here, these 2 pages are just the beautiful pages from the Spring Bounty collection. I didn't do anything to those 2 pages. This one is a belly band, and there's a little slide on the belly band that goes up and down. Behind the belly band is a couple of journal cards, kind of almost secret there. This is a little booklet that opens like this. So there's a pocket and a tuck and different things there. So the booklet itself slides up and down. And then this is a waterfall here. So just a few pages of a waterfall there. And then this goes sideways, so you can actually write landscape here and do your journaling or look at your pictures or whatever. And then when you're done, you can slide it back into place. So that is the folio. And I just did a little bit more decorating. I put a label there, I put a little cluster there, I put a label here. At the back I did nothing. Thought I did something at the back. And the cover, I decided not to put even a feature. I was going to put like a feature card or something, but there's really not a lot of room there, and there's just so much there already. I thought that it looked good just like that. I think it looks inviting to see all of that stuff on the cover, and you just want to open it up and see what's in there. All of the stuff in there fit just perfectly, so it closes just perfectly around that spine. Nice and full, but not too full. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. I hope you enjoyed that series. If you're interested in more projects like this, please subscribe and to my channel and enable the notifications. I'm always making different projects like this. I'm, like I said at the beginning, I'm a design team member for the Junk Journal Studio, and that's where these papers are all from. And Michelle from the Junk Journal Studio is going to release some new stuff coming pretty soon, so that's exciting. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what I make with it. Blessings!